Princess, remember your promise? It's me, the frog.
Move! Move it!
Get in, come on in.
You had it faded.
Yeah, I know. That's right.
You had it faded.
Shit, I hate that motherfucker once he's got the shit out.
Hey, Tony, let me
No motherfuckers up in there. Fuck them up.
Yeah, come on.
Put that motherfucker to sleep. Put his ass to sleep.
We have to go.
Somebody should be whooping your ass. You perpetrated all this bullshit. Yeah, I ain't fighting so much like that. I'm gonna fuck you up. I ain't gonna fight about shit.
You don't walk around acting like you Mr. Big Shot, because if you do that, you're going to get your ass kicked. You walk around just like anybody else, nobody bothers you. I walk around from one neighborhood to the other. Nobody bothers me. You don't go in the neighborhood thinking you're badass, because you're going to end up with the badass, all right. You're going to get your ass kicked. There's always somebody worse. And when the day comes when I find them, I'll let somebody know. But until then, I ain't found nobody that's worse than me.
What was your street name?
Bear,
How'd you get that name?
because I was big. And I was just about as bad as one.
At the beginning of my research, I moved into Big Red, a sprawling, dilapidated tenement in the heart of the neighborhood. I chose Big Red because it was a microcosm of the community.
I really appreciate
I made Big Red my home because I wanted to experience firsthand the socioeconomic conditions of marginality and exclusion that produce gangs.
I'll see you later.
The graffiti-covered building stands open to the street and vulnerable to the greed of absentee landlords. Ceilings leak, porches collapse, and the plumbing breaks down. Our water was shut off for 3 days during 105-degree heat because the landlord failed to pay his bills. The people of Big Red refer to such men as slum bangers.
What do I do here? We are living in garbage?
And he should have never put through that manager job on me because I never wanted it to begin with. He hired me as a janitor. The first 2 months, it was perfect. This place was nice looking. Now look at the dump. The building is in worse shape now than when it started out when I first started.
How can the children play in this garbage? We can't even play here. We can't even find our friends. This smells.
Because I'm the janitor. But I had to pay rent plus I had to go out and get a job because I wasn't making enough here to stay here and clean up the garbage that's here.
More mice, but I've got rats
50 mice in one side.
that
See
take
that?
bites out of the apples in my
Not
fruit bowl
one
the
mice, too.
size of a quarter. Now,
That's
you know
rats.
that's not a mouse.
That's a rat.
I thought it was
That's what I was
children stealing
afraid of.
the fruit.
I was afraid of that.
Yeah. I can't
When
leave
you
my
get
fruit
mice,
out.
when you get mice, and a lot of them, the next ones that come are rats.
Yeah.
And I was afraid of that.
Yeah.
We're in trouble here. That means I gotta start laying rat traps. And I mean heavy traps. They have to be anchored.
Call rats, they call super rats.
Okay.
It's not that, Marianne. You
So-
know it's a painful thing to get the rabies shots?
So Mike, you've got rats too?
Yeah, we got rats.
Yeah.
One time I caught about 5 mice in one night.
Nobody cares. We don't have janitor. We don't have manager. We need it just for money. That's all. Nobody cares. Nobody. My kids last week they used
Not
bathrooms
news,
with
but
umbrella. Honest to God. Believe me, I have pictures. Still I have the mess.
Between the 60s to now, we've had everything moving in and moving out. And I can't tell you who because there was no who.
How the fuck you get in there? Same way we went up, bro. We're all family here. We're all Latin kings. And see right there on the wall, you can read over there by the crown over there with the LK, it says amor. And amor right there means love. Amor stands for a lot of things for the King brothers. It stands for, the A stands for Almighty.
The crown right here, that's our nation. This is what we write on right here. This is our crown. This is what we write in the streets, in our neighborhood. And this LK right here, this stands for Latin Kings. See, and this in black and gold, because this is our colors. And our colors are black and gold. So, and this is our crown, our 5-point dimes. And we have a diamond too.
Right here, as you can see, it says, here the sun shines. Because that's what we're about. We're about black and gold. And the sun is gold. So that's why the sun means something to us. They wrote here the sun shines because Negro, they put his wall right there and it shines on his wall forever right there.
And right here, Negro, rest in peace. That means this person right here died. What I'm writing here is the heart broken in half. That stands for the disciples. This is the disciples sign. That's what they write in the walls. And they put disciple. And we put DK, that stands for disciple kill it.
Street gangs have developed a complex visual code for displaying identity and challenging rivals. Their communication system, an intricate network of symbols, icons, and logos, is based on a binary opposition between two rival factions, people and folks. There are more than 100 gangs in Chicago, each with its own logo and symbols. Latin Kings, Future Stones, Latin Lovers, Disciples, Imperial Gangsters. But all of them are aligned with either the People Nation or the Folks Nation. People gangs, such as the Latin Kings, represent with the number 5, a 5-point star and a 5-point crown. Folks gangs represent with the number 6, a 6-point star and a 6-point crown. Gangs also represent by reversing, inverting, and breaking the symbols and letters of the enemy. Affirmation by negation. The pitchfork is a major icon of the Maniac Latin Disciples, a folks gang. Inverting the pitchfork, while breaking a 6-point star with the number 5, is a symbolic way of putting down the gangs of the Folks Nation. Here is the word folks painted by members of the Folks Nation. The letter L is reversed to put down the Latin Kings. Note that the O is a 6-point star. Here is the same word folks spelled by a Latin king. Gang graffiti are a complex, highly structured way of inscribing the urban landscape.
See, but Land Kings is not only just like a gang, it's a family.